When you know that you are queer, but your favorite drink is beer, that's gayish. You can bottom without stopping, but you can't stand going shopping, that's gayish. Oh, gayish, you're probably gayish. Well, life's just too short for narrow stereotypes, so it's gayish. We're also gayish. It's Gayish with Mike and Kyle.
Hello, everyone in the podcast universe. This is Gayish,
the podcast that bought black underwear so it could spend less time wiping.
Oh, this is a solution to a problem that exists.
It's a one possible solution.
Oh, no. Okay. I've noticed that a lot of places will have black towels that say makeup on them, and I think about poop stains every time.
I've never thought about that, but now I will whenever I see makeup towels.
I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz.
We're here to bridge the gap between sexuality and actuality, and today we're going to talk about fleshlights, Kyle.
Why do you sound so coy about that?
I just think that, like, at some point, our episode ideas are just nouns. Just, like, pick a noun. Random assortment of nouns.
Open the dictionary, flip to a random page, touch a noun, and that's what we talk about.
We're so old. We've reached the point where just pick a noun.
I think Fleshlights is a thick, juicy, meaty topic that I'm excited about.
Yep. Not too girthy, though, or you're not going to fit.
You're not going to. Yep. That hole's got to be a little bit bigger than what is anatomically correct.
But first. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Mike.
If you think to yourself, is Mike wearing a caftan? The answer is yes.
Okay. My biggest question, though, is what is a caftan?
It's like a muumuu, a formless sack that middle-aged men put themselves in so they don't have to worry about not having abs.
I was curious about what you're wearing. Can you describe your caftan for us a little bit?
Yeah, it's a lot of fabric. It's flowy. It's a navy with white down stripes. And I'm in Palm Springs right now. My fraternity has a fraternity within the fraternity that's the Gay Fraternity Brothers nationwide, and we have an annual thing in Palm Springs, and that's this weekend. So I'm in a caftan because that's what a woman of a certain age does when hanging out with other faggots.
You already gave away your gayest thing of the week as being in Palm Springs.
Well, I mean, I have yes, and I have a subset of my experiences to talk about.
Okay, cool.
Okay, great. I'm in a caftan. Everybody enjoy. We are first going to talk about the local gay bar review thundering herd.
Oh,
that happened.
Yeah.
I have received multiple PDFs now of every gay bar review that I have done, including like one user on Discord provided like data points. There's like graphs and charts and shit. They even have tried to make sense of my absolutely inscrutable system by providing like examples of deductions that I've given to bars, like smoking, that's minus a dildo or two dildos. Like it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
I'm so shocked that anyone took us up on this.
Well, and I'm shocked at just how many strangers are going to see my dick now. Because a promise is a promise, Kyle.
Yeah, at this point, your dick's not a secret. It's public information. It's saved in the archives, the public archives.
I mean, the internet is forever.
Yeah.
And yeah. I want to give a like honorable mention to someone who provided me with a list of local gay bar reviews that's like 20 entries. I have done local gay bar review 74 times. They just they didn't even try to be comprehensive.
You know what? They took a swing, and sometimes trying is half the battle.
I mean, sometimes if you want to see that dick, you just pretend. You just like fake it till you make it, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody who did this. There's some very interesting data now that we can share about local gay bar reviews, like 3 dildos means you're doing pretty good. That's like average. We now have data to support that. And I know now the places that I've been before. I had no idea that I had done this so long and at so many places that it was like damn near 70, because I've done some repeats, damn near 70 individual gay bars that I've gone to. That makes me feel like, well, old for one, but also like I'm like the Jacques Cousteau of gay bars, Kyle.
Yeah, that's a lot of gay bars. Like aren't there like 5 lesbian bars, but you have enough gay bars you can do 70 different times.
But they're not my space, Kyle.
No, they're not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there are way more gay bars than are lesbian bars, and that's a sad reminder.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Let's make this segment sad for some reason.
Yep. Okay. Gayish. That's what we do. Thank you to everybody who wants to see my dick. That's all I needed to say to that part. I think that's it. Oh no, Taylor Swift. Okay.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. The hate mail was not nearly to the volume that we desired.
I think we talked up the hate mail so much that it couldn't possibly live up to our expectations. We got some messages about it, but I think we already talked about knowing if someone knows they're going to get hate mail about a topic, that makes it less exciting to write in the hate mail. I think we did a little like, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Threaten them and then we'll get some messages.
There was a person who wrote a rather considered email about how we tried to posture ourselves as neutral and then spent lots of time being negative. I don't disagree. I didn't disagree with that.
I do, because I was positive about her. I like her. I wasn't positive about her.
Or you didn't represent the yin to my yang as much as they desired. Your
lack of feelings about Taylor Swift for being a non-feeling is a very strong non-feeling, you know? It's very loud, so it's hard to counteract that with my relative like of her.
I'm an enigma, Kyle. But I do think that like almost all of the coverage about her is positive. So there's just this desire to like bring it back to the middle by pointing out.
You mean like in news and media, they cover her very positively. Okay. So trying to take her down a peg.
Yes. She doesn't deserve to be pegged, Kyle.
I think everyone deserves to be pegged at least once in their life.
I mean, if you want it.
I wonder if she pegs Travis Kelce.
I hope so.
He seems like he'd be down.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I would for science.
Yeah, I would too. I absolutely would too. Yeah, for science. Yeah. For completeness. Yep. This exercise is left to the reader. Okay, great. We did it. Now the news.
Shut your mouth hole. It's time for your ear holes. News.
Okay, news the first, Kyle.
Yeah.
So the United States Supreme Court recently heard the case Childs versus Salazar, in which they were determining whether conversion therapy bans should be legal or not based on how they intersect with First Amendment rights of freedom of religion, which we've talked about this before, but like, I don't understand how that's any like foundation for a system of governance, right? Like if an invisible sky daddy can say whatever he wants to, and we have no right to overturn that because you believe that's what Sky Daddy said, it's anarchy. Anybody can say anything they want to and say, but Sky Daddy. And now it's like, well, I guess, okay, go ahead and murder all those kittens. That's what your Sky Daddy says. So
yeah, that's what I was going to say is like, yeah, murder gets in the way of my free speech because I have the right to kill whoever I want. And that's me stating my opinion. So like, it's the equivalent because you're like causing conversion therapy causes such harm to people that we should be looking at it like we do look at things like assault and murder, not like it's a free speech issue.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, so the Alliance Defending Freedom, which is a conservative Christian legal advocacy. Kyle, I've been drinking. This is my third Bloody Mary.
Yeah, get
I'm in
it.
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs.
The Alliance Defending Freedom, which is a conservative Christian legal advocacy group, they have a big hand in this case. And they say, based on a 2016 study by Lisa Diamond and Clifford Roski, that conversion therapy is okay, that it's not as harmful as we have been led to believe.
That's wrong.
However, the authors of that study, Lisa Diamond and Clifford Roski, have said that is a complete fabrication and gross misrepresentation of our study. So basically, those motherfuckers thought, with a big swinging dick, they walked right in there and they said, this study says conversion therapy is fine, when it says exactly the opposite, according to the fucking authors of the fucking study.
This is what's so frustrating, is you put like a little asterisk and put like a study, like a source of your material, and think that then covers you to say whatever you want. Buy our book. It's just like, it's really frustrating that people will mistake seeing a study there with the actual truth. Oh, yep. They have a study. They must be right. They must know what they're talking about. They're referencing science. So yep. It has to be true.
I said this in the book, in whatever chapter it was, that like, do not believe anyone, even us.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So Clifford Roski, one of the authors of the fucking study, said, quote, "It is deceptive. Lawyers owe a duty of candor to the court. You cannot offer false evidence. And if you do so accidentally and find out, you have to correct that. They claim our work supports conversion therapy when our work clearly and specifically condemns conversion therapy on the same page they are citing."
Wow.
So it's definitely going to be, all of the bans are definitely going to be overturned next year by the court when they're...
It's horrifying. It's horrifying that we're still debating conversion therapy in this day and age.
Kyle, what do we do?
I don't know.
What do we do?
I don't know, Mike. Everything's bad and you should feel bad today.
I know. Well, okay. News the second.
Yeah.
FBI Director Kash Patel, who always looks surprised for some reason, has reportedly fired an agent for displaying a pride flag at his desk.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So it was a staff member who was training in Quantico, and he was handed an immediate dismissal notice last week, which we used to call them pink slips, but apparently that's too gay because it's pink. He had previously worked as an FBI support specialist in Los Angeles. He had won awards for his service, according to 2 FBI veterans. The dismissal letter, which was signed by Patel, did not specifically mention the pride flag, but said the agent was being dismissed for past, quote, poor judgment and inappropriate display of political signage.
Yeah, being gay is political, because not because of being gay being political, but because they have politicized it. When another group politicizes an issue, then you get reprimanded for showing that identity. Like, that's really fucked up. You can make anything into a political issue and then say you're not allowed to talk about it because it's politicized.
Right. Yes.
That's like a fucked up mentality.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm trying to think of what can we make an issue of, and then make fun of people for having that belief.
The cross on their necklace is that offends me, and it's you should not be able to display it, or I am personally offended by that.
We live in a fascist world, Kyle.
We do.
I don't know. So Patel has apparently fired dozens of FBI employees who had taken the knee while conducting crowd control during a demonstration in Washington, D.C. over the killing of George Floyd. And there are lots of signs, basically, that dickbag, fuckface, asshole and his cronies are not just saying that they are waging war on woke ideology within the government, but that they are actually doing it. He has ordered 46 states and territories to destroy educational material depicting trans and non-binary people, removed thousands of DEI resources from federal websites. Basically, I know my boyfriend will be mad, but just if you don't live in this country, please marry me so I can move to there.
You could like maybe set up some kind of throuple or poly situation where you can like the sex benefits belong to your boyfriend, but the primary kind of legal arrangement is between you. I think you could come up with something creative in this day and age.
I don't know where that's legal, but it's probably Sweden.
Yeah, probably. They probably got it figured out.
Oh, God. News the last.
Yeah.
It's a positive story, Kyle.
Oh, that's exciting. I need that right now.
A couple in Massachusetts has lost their license to foster after refusing to sign a policy agreeing to not discriminate against LGBTQ plus youth.
Yeah, if your love of the foster of your potential foster child is conditional on anything, if you say I'm only going to love this child if they do certain things that please me, that's not. You shouldn't be in foster. You shouldn't be a foster parent.
Yep. Well, the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families revoked the license of Lydia and Heath Marvin in April after they refused to after they refused to sign the non-discrimination policy that would protect youth in their care. They have 3 biological children in their teens. They've fostered 8 children under the age of 4 since 2020. And she said, quote, "We will absolutely love and support and care for any child in our home, but we simply can't agree to go against our Christian faith in this area," which means you just lied.
Yeah,
right?
We will love every single child, asterisk, except the ones we don't love.
Except the ones that Jesus said are an abomination.
And also, like, if they're from 0 to 4, like, they're not coming out yet. They're just little babies. So just sign the fucking thing.
Right. Just sign the fucking thing. Like, okay. I thought this was a positive story, Kyle, and now I'm the most angry I've been this whole news segment.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I blame Lydia.
Yeah. We can blame everything on Lydia from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely. It is great that at least in today's world, there are still occasional consequences for being a dickbag fuckface asshole.
Yeah, for sure.
And gay people have always existed. They will always continue to exist. And fuck Jesus. That's all.
That sounds like a new sign off for the news segment that you just wrote. So I love that.
That's the news.
That's the news. Speaking of fuck Jesus, I want to thank the following new Patreon members. Thank you to Amunzi, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah. Amunzi? I don't know how to say that, but mononym, good call. Love that. And thank you to Joshua Sanford.
Joshua Sanford, like Sanford and Son?
Yeah.
Great.
Totally.
Excellent.
Child of Sanford, and he's the son. He's the son in Sanford and Son. If you want ad-free episodes a day early, if you want bonus episodes, if you want to use Mike's hole,
use it. Use my hole.
I don't love this little Foley work they're doing.
Well, there's no mic condom here, so I can just I can make it happen.
I don't. Yeah, it sounds very sensual and in a way that is not pleasing somehow. If you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/gayish podcast.
Do it.
Okay. We're going to talk about Fleshlights, but first I have to talk about how I absolutely womped you. So this was a topic that was voted on by...
Should I go get a drink now while you're talking?
I don't need you for this. This was voted on by our Patreon members. Our Gap Bridgers get to decide out of 3 options which episode we do, and the 50% of them voted for Fleshlights.
Yeah.
The next in the running was number 2, grooming, which is going to end up being our bonus Patreon episode for the month. And then 14% of people wanted pronouns. People were like, pronouns? Nah, I know what that is.
That's
don't
hateful.
need you.
You're all Republicans. If you didn't vote for that, you are a fascist.
Wow. Thank you. I would like to personally thank our supporters rather than calling them fascists. I appreciate you and everything you've done for me, especially this month. On the tiebreaker poll, 60% of people voted for Fleshlights. Grooming was also second and pronouns was third. So it it was funny because when we set our episode topics for the month that we were putting up for a vote, you said, "Oh, Fleshlights is going to win," and in my mind, I was like, "Yeah, yeah, it is,
yeah, it is." I just feel I'm so happy. I feel, Kyle, like you have lately been playing to win. And I wish the Democrats would try as hard as you do at winning, because
I'm pulling out all the stops. I'm going for the sexy ones. I'm in it to win it, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
You've been bragging about your quality episode picks for some time, and I'm just fed up, and I'm changing the game.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, now we can now proceed. We can talk about whatever the fuck we're going to talk about.
Fleshlights.
Fleshlights. Oh, right.
Did you actually want to talk about them, or were you just like trying to beat me?
No, I just wanted to win. I just thought people were going to vote for it. No. I think Fleshlights is an interesting topic because it's a combination of, I'm going to talk a little bit. I'm going to do Gata. I'm going to talk a little bit about sex toys overall, but sex toys, I feel like there's some judgment placed upon men who own sex toys, and Fleshlights kind of changed the way people thought about sex toys.
Isn't the presumption that if you're a woman, you own at least one sex toy, unless you are a nun or a librarian, and
or Christian,
but then men don't.
Yeah.
And I think that all of that's just tied up in, if you're a dude, you should be successful at sticking your dick in something that's a person.
Yep.
And women don't have the same pressure. And I think it's just like misogynist who enjoys sex. Who is it okay to be sexual?
Yeah. Yeah. And women are supposed to keep their sex toys a secret in a secret drawer. And if someone pulls out a sex toy during sex, that's an offense to the person that they're doing it towards. I think all these are assumptions, stereotypes. And I think Fleshlights changed the game a little bit when they came out in terms of who's allowed to own a sex toy. So I think it is an interesting topic. But we're going to start by talking about a little bit of Gata, including Gata on sex toys. And there is I did not find any specific.
No, I don't have a Fleshlight, Kyle.
Oh, I should have asked that. We can do personal stuff now. No. You don't have one?
No, I'm just providing data.
Oh, sorry. Let me add this to the data. That's 66% instead of 65. Okay. No, there is not Fleshlight specific data. So what I did is anytime I read an article or a study that mentioned any kind of relevant Gata, I grabbed it. And this is just a hodgepodge of assorted Gata that is unconnected to each other. So that's the segment I'm bringing to this.
Great. That's called a meta study, Kyle.
Yeah, I did my own meta study. Kyle et al. Et al is just Reynolds. Sex toy use. Sex toys include vibrators, dildos, and Fleshlights. But a majority of the German internet population, that's who the study that they were referencing, has already used a sex toy. And that is 65% of women have used a sex toy and 63% of men.
Okay. I don't know if other people know this, but Germans are freaks. Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if they're who we should be basing our baseline on, but
okay, I could understand what you're saying, but continuing, it said these findings are in line with previous studies in the U.S. See Hernbernick et al. 2010 and Reese et al. 2010.
Okay.
So apparently this is in line with U.S. data, and Germans are not so much of freaks that we can't use them as data points in this realm.
I mean, I prefer to believe what I already believe. So who's the Republican now?
I was gonna say that's all too familiar, unfortunately. But what I was really surprised that it's 65% women and 63% men. And they
I would
also
have thought that would have been a bigger gap. Like
me too.
Yeah,
that's what he said. I completely agree. I was really surprised that men particularly had that high of percentage of sex toy use. I did not imagine that men would have used sex toys that often.
Yeah.
This study that reference, I didn't reference it because I didn't write down what the study is that I found this in. Sorry. Said that no data on trans people is available, which it's on one hand, it's great that they called that out. Also, I think they should have said non-binary people because men and women could include trans people because trans men don't need it's helpful to separate them out in like understanding trends and stuff. But like, if you're just saying women, I would assume that would include trans women.
Also, I hope I'm not speaking too out of turn. I would expect that sex toy usage among trans people would be higher because of transphobia. Like, I would think that like they're likely accustomed to hanging out with people that don't know how to pleasure them. And so that they would have like tools at their disposal for pleasuring themselves more commonly.
I would think that LGBT people overall would be more likely to. I didn't find any gate on this. Would be more likely to own sex toys, and I think that's because of the sexual freedom that comes from being LGBT. You're able to then do other things like own sex toys and have that not like owning a sex toy is the least interesting thing about me. The people care so much about the gay part that like after that you can do a bunch of other shit and people don't give a fuck.
You've been to my house recently, and there's a door in our staircase that has dildos.
Yeah,
like multiple sex toy options in one publicly accessible space.
And my yes, but I assume those were display only. Do you use those?
No,
I don't know if I want to know this information.
Not anymore.
Okay. I don't. Yeah.
Also, a lot of them came from listeners.
I have a little shelf in my place that has gifts that listeners have sent, and that includes some sex toys.
Thanks, Joe in Dallas.
Okay, that was just the first data point. We got sex toy use was equally popular in solo sex as in partnered sex. For solo sex, it was 48%, and for partnered sex, it was 54%. You can't eat while you're doing this podcast, Mike.
I ate a pickle.
First of all, gross. Pickles are disgusting. Second, that was the point where you were supposed to respond. So, okay. I guess I'll just keep talking.
No, say it one more time.
Sex toy use was about equally popular in solo sex as in partnered sex.
That's interesting to me. And the reason is I don't think I have ever, rarely, been hooking up with an actual other human and like had a sex toy be involved.
Really?
Well, just rarely, like compared to like my like sex toy with myself versus sex toy with somebody else is very lopsided in the just me direction. And that's like the statistic doesn't make sense based on my data point of one. If you're a size queen, and I definitely am, sometimes it's nice to have a fleshlight around. If it's just like you're not going to take that, then have something available.
So wait, it would be nice to have a fleshlight in case they're too big for you, so you can be like, here, fuck this instead.
Oh, I'm saying I do have one, and that's why.
I can't imagine a conversation that's like you try to put it in and it's like not where you're like, this isn't going to work. And then you offer up a fleshlight instead and be like, here, you can go to town though, bro.
Let me tell you about the second hole, Kyle. Even if you're clean and ready, sometimes you're not ready past the second hole. That's all I'm saying.
Sure. I used to, but I've lost my butt plug. I don't know where it went. This is a weird thing that I've lost.
Inside yourself?
Yes. Dig deep, fellas. You might find it. I have a prize. I have a coupon available to the first person to find the butt plug inside me.
No, are we talking in your butthole or in a junk drawer? Because there's like...
Mike, do you really think I lost a butt plug inside my asshole?
Look, people go to the ER all the time.
I'm offended. I don't know where it is. I don't know what happened to it, but I used to, and need to get back into this, have a butt plug just sitting out during hookups, because then in case like something happens, he can't get hard, we have another toy option. Like we have another option to play with.
It's very considerate of you.
It was until I lost it and then haven't been doing that. So I need to buy a
Do you
new
need another
butt plug.
one? Christmas is coming.
Oh, yeah. Send me a butt plug, everybody.
I promise it won't be used.
Ew. Giving someone your like hand-me-downs, like your used butt plug. Oh, that's kind of hot, depending on, not if it's you, but if it's someone hot, then.
Great. Oh, okay. That was hurtful.
That was, I just am offended that you think I lost a butt plug in my anus, so I'm lashing out. Okay.
No, I'm offended that you think that I would make fun of your tiny, tiny butthole on a podcast heard by tens of people.
Yep. Okay. In February 2016, psychologist Alison Kirschbaum conducted a study about men's masturbation habits, and she found that 24% of both gay and straight men had inserted an object into their anus during masturbation.
Oh.
Which, the way they phrase that, 24% of both gay and straight men, makes me believe that the number is similar for gay and straight men, which that's really surprising to me.
I don't believe for a second that it's similar. Like that seems
I don't
wrong.
either. Yeah, agreed.
And straight guys, I think, are warming up to the prostate.
I think they are too. I think they're discovering that there's a pleasure button inside their butthole that like they're
ladies can get to.
Yep. That they're curious about. Yeah. 32.2% had used a vibrator, which that's interesting that men had used vibrators. A women's health survey of more than 300 men's health readers finds that 66% of them said they've bought a sex toy before. So the majority of men's health readers have bought a sex toy.
Oh, but it wasn't for me. It was totes for my girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Definitely her vibrator, not mine. 70% said they've used a sex toy in bed. And the most popular things guys surveyed have shopped for include vibrators, butt plugs, dildos, handcuffs, and fleshlights. They also mentioned that cock rings are pretty popular for those who buy sex toys.
Okay. I understand that handcuffs are used for bondage, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But also, they have other purposes. Like a dildo is unambiguously a sex toy. It has no other purpose. But
I don't think you're not going to go to a sex toy shop, buy handcuffs, and use them to arrest someone. Like,
okay. I just think that like zip ties need their moment in the sun.
But then you have to cut them off and throw them. I guess it's not that much waste because they're very small.
They're very small and cheap.
Why does zip tie make me more nervous than a handcuff?
Because those toy ass handcuffs that sex toy shops sell are not great at actually doing the job that they pretend to. In
my mind, I want to be tied up, but loosely enough that I feel like I can escape if the moment calls for it. Yeah. I want the sensation of being tied up and the feeling of being restrained without any actual danger befalling me, which is why I shouldn't do this with strangers. And I have.
Yeah. This weekend.
Just yesterday. 34%, the same Men's Health Readers survey, 34% of guys have no interest in toys. The biggest reason they avoided sex toys was, quote, "I've never used a sex toy, so I don't know if I'd like using one." So that shows more like ambiguity than what you shaking your head.
No, that's the reverse of the argument of like, how do you know you're not gay? Have you tried a butthole? Like that's
Yeah. It seems more like ambiguity than actual, like, I don't, I've tried it and I don't like it. So
try a sex toy, boo. Just try it.
Yeah. You can get them cheap.
See what happens.
This is a different point of data. In one 6-month period ending April 2025, Fleshlight sold over 90,000 units through its e-commerce store alone. So that's 15,000 units per month just on its e-commerce store.
You keep saying unit, and it
Yeah, get them units. And UK's largest sex toy website, which is Love Honey, said 1 in 5 users buy a male sex toy, which that makes sense to me. Like that's more, the earlier data that men and women have both similar usages of sex toys was surprising, but like most of the items being sold being more focused on women than men makes more sense to me.
Well, okay, you said male sex toy, and I was like, is that an artificial phallus because it is anatomically male, or is that an orifice of some kind because that's a thing that a male would want to use?
I think most sex toy websites have a men and women's section.
Yeah. This feels very bottom phobic. That's really all I'm saying.
Sorry, bottoms. We hate you. 5%,
especially if you're into that.
5% of Love Honey's sales are Fleshlights or Fleshjacks. So that seemed small to me, but that makes them more common than dildos and restraints.
Yeah. By the way, dear listener, a Fleshlight is an artificial vagina. A Fleshjack is an artificial anus.
Yep.
Maybe you don't know that. Maybe you're my mom and you're listening. And Mom, if you already knew that and you're lilistening, good for you.
Why did you know that? I didn't know that before researching this episode. So, if don't say we didn't teach you something.
Right.
That's the data that I have.
Okay. It's amazing to me the shit that you have numbers on, Kyle. Like,
I know, right?
Where does it come from?
All I heard was I'm amazing.
You are amazing.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. That's my punishment for losing so badly in the poll several months in a row now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to talk about the history of Fleshlights, Kyle.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, unlike a lot of things, we know exactly who invented this shit. Steve Shubin is his name. Now, what you might not know about Steve Shubin, inventor of the Fleshlight, is that he used to work for the Los Angeles Police Department as a SWAT team member.
That's wild. He's
the most totes straight mask broy bro that has ever broed.
Good for him.
He invested his life savings, which was $50,000, to invent Fleshlight in the mid-90s. And here's how it went down, and I don't know how to feel about it, Kyle.
Okay.
His 46-year-old wife, Kathy, got pregnant with twins, and the doctor said, "You're both in your 40s. You can't fuck."
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Once you're in your 40s, you can't fuck?
In the 90s, you couldn't anyway, apparently.
Wow.
And so they agreed that while she's pregnant, no fucking.
Wow.
And he said, this is a quote, Kyle.
Okay.
"Be prepared to be blown away."
Okay, I can't wait.
I think. While out to dinner to celebrate the pregnancy, Steve turned to Kathy and said, quote, "Tell me, would you think I was a total pervert if I told you that in your sexual absence, I would use something to replace you sexually? Would you think I'd be a total creep?" End quote.
Okay, there's a way to approach this conversation that's very healthy and brings the relationship together in a problem-solving kind of way. And I don't know that this is the approach.
Is he on the autism spectrum? Because that just feels that's just very factual in a way that totally discounts any chance that she's going to have feelings about what he's saying. He's right. What he's saying is what he was proposing. I will replace you sexually with this device while you are unable to give me what I need from you sexually. But also, bro, phrasing
for sure. Would you think I'm a creep? That's not a good setup for this conversation.
Well, apparently she was not okay with it because he filed a patent in 1995, and originally the Fleshlight was described to the patent office anyway as, quote, a device for discrete sperm collection.
Discrete sperm collection. That's my bedroom.
It's not that discreet, Kyle.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. That's what he did. That's what he did with it. So now there is a long history of men putting their dicks in things, Kyle. That's
yeah. If it's a hole, if my dick can fit in it, then a dick's going in it.
Well, and it's interesting because dildos definitely were a thing earlier than artificial vaginas or pocket pussies or fleshlights or whatever you want to call them. And for whatever reason, we've been more okay with dildos as a species for like way longer. And there's also a really weird story that I found that I don't really want to go into too deeply, but basically like there's some evidence that suggests that in Greco-Roman times in Greece, in ancient Greece, that one recommendation for getting off was to rub olive oil on a baguette and put that up in your asshole.
In your butt? Oh, I thought you were going to say make a hole in the baguette and fuck it. Okay. Huh.
And in the same breath, use the inside of the baguette for your dick. So,
multi-use tool.
Which I don't know. I don't feel super on board with food as a sex thing. Like I get splash and gunge and all of that. That's the thing. But like, I don't know, man. I don't want to fuck a pie. I
feel like cucumbers are a lot of people's first dildo.
I feel like that's enough of a thing that like you can basically like hold a dildo up and make a cheeky look at the camera, and that's like you've got a whole scene in a sitcom. the point being that like we recognize that phallic vegetables that you're going to put that in a hole, right?
For sure.
So women's vibrators became like more mainstream in the 70s and 80s, but by the time that this cop invented the Fleshlight in the 90s, it was like we were all like surprised, like what? You can put your dick in a thing that you buy on the internet?
Yeah.
And the internet was still super new then, but by 2011 he had sold 4 million units.
Damn.
The company today does 30.4 million in annual website revenue alone, ships 80,000 units monthly. And what's wild to me about how the Fleshlight was invented, though, Kyle, is apparently it was a family effort. Like,
I don't love that. What do you mean by that?
Well, apparently, let me find my thing. Hold on. Yeah, so at first, before they had their kids, he tried to do a full female functional mannequin, that's a quote, sex doll torso. And then a friend of his was like, I can't bring home an entire like torso, fake gelatinous torso home. That's not discreet at all. So he decided to make it a flashlight for discretion. One of his thoughts was like, because dudes love tools, which I think that's hilarious. But like apparently when his sons were teenagers, they were allowed to weigh in on the design of these things.
Am I being sex negative that I'm feeling weird that Fleshlight design is a family affair?
I think
I am. I think I need to adjust my. It's okay to design Fleshlights, and it's okay if you talk to your family about Fleshlights.
It seems just like an overcorrection to me. Like I think that a lot of like American men and our like mainstream media culture is that like the birds and the bees talk is weird and uncomfortable, and you speak euphemistically about things. And meanwhile, like this cop is like, hey boys, look at this pussy I made. Like I feel like that's too far the other direction maybe, but like I don't know how to feel about, I don't know, man. So his sons Brian and Steve Jr. are still in charge of the company because he sort of retired. But I told you about the torsos. He made torsos first, and then his friend was like, no, you can't do that. And then he apparently had this like epiphany on the way home that it needed to be like a tool that you could hide in a place that looked normal and dudeish or whatever. And he's like, I have the perfect idea. It's a flashlight. I'm going to call it a Fleshlight, which also very on the nose. That should, like, why did it take us that long to come up with that as a human species? But then this article on Vice says, quote, Fleshlight is a family business, and Steve's teenage sons were drafted in for the initial brainstorming session. They gathered around the dinner table for a week, cutting out their favorite body parts from skin mags until they came up with the prototype.
That's okay. That's weird to me. And again, I feel worried that I'm being sex negative. That's really weird to me. Cutting out like, hey dad, I found the perfect pussy.
Right.
I'm so proud of you, son.
Oh, God. He said, quote, I knew that it would have to be portable. It had to be small. It had to be able to fit easily into the hand so it could facilitate the use of the product. And I immediately contacted my attorney and began working on the copyright stuff and the protections on the name. I bought the URL immediately, started the business end of it right away as we were developing the product. And this was early in the days of the internet. And they were like, I don't know, will people type their credit card number into a fucking website? And yes, they will. They did. But like at that time, it was like a thing we didn't know if people would or not.
Yeah.
Let's see. So there was a time when Fleshlight. Do you remember Maxim magazine?
Yeah.
I remember being super into it when I was in college. Like, I think that's when they were new. And Fleshlight approached Maxim to try to get them to buy their ads. And they were told, no one wants their brand to be associated with jerking off. And what's interesting about that is Fleshlight has gotten like wildly popular and super successful. They're based in Austin, Texas. And there are nonprofits that won't accept their donations because they make Fleshlights. They're like,
interesting.
They're like,
I feel
can't
like
be associated with that.
I feel like it's good that nonprofits turn down certain money because they need to, because there's like, I would think like hate groups or like really negative things, but like, man, just take the jerk off money.
Yeah. Right.
Just take it.
Well, and so this is this Steve guy that invented the Fleshlight. I'm torn because on the one hand, he definitely lent his brand and like manufacturing prowess and all of that to devices that gay men would be into. It wasn't just like vaginas. He like did mouths, which oral is for everybody, but then also made like Fleshlights in the shape of buttholes. And he had to have known, or at least been okay with, gay men are going to use these things also. Hence the like bifurcation of the branding, right? There's Fleshjack and there's Fleshlight, and Fleshjack is for anal, and it's definitely more popular among gay dudes. But he has this like, he was a cop. He's got some toxic ideas about like, I just need to come. And I don't want to cheat on my wife, so I'm going to make this thing I can come into. Like the whole thing feels like very like toxic masculinity or something. For instance, he said, quote, the domestication of man, which I disagree with that phrase already out of the gate, but the domestication of man, while it's been great for civility, has not been kind to the biological need to function as a man. Society doesn't allow us to do what we might have done 1,000,000 years ago. We cannot chase and take the sexual things that we may have done hundreds of thousands of years ago, and that's an awesome thing, but we still need to function as biological men. He's basically saying, like, dudes were meant to rape, and
dudes be fucking.
We can't do that anymore, so here's this thing that I'm going to take advantage of. It's wild to me. I literally,
that's funny, in the quote section wrote down that exact same quote from him because I thought the same thing. Like, this is a wild thing to be talking about. I agree. There's like certain idea that he has in there. There's like a nugget buried in there that I think is correct, that like women aren't men's properties to use for sex, and that's a good thing. And
it's weirdly sweet in a fucked up way.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
What do we do with that, Kyle? I don't
know.
But also there's also, like, if you keep peeling that onion back, It's that like women aren't into sex and men are. They're cum factories. And
they are to me, Mike.
The cum's got to go somewhere. It might as well be this thing that you bought from me for $39.99 on the internet. And anyway, that's. Oh, I've been drinking, Kyle.
Good for you.
That's enough on the history. I had a whole thing about like there was a dude that like put aloe vera in a burlap sack and fucked it back in like Roman times, and like I don't. That's really as interesting as it gets as the sentence I just said. So we don't need to go. That's the history, Kyle.
Burlap doesn't feel. I guess that's what the aloe vera is for. Burlap doesn't seem like an ideal product for fucking.
I don't even like Egyptian cotton on my dick. So like.
Ouch. Okay, so speaking of quotes, I have a few quotes from Mel Magazine from a 2017 article called
God Bless Mel Magazine.
Yeah. This article is called Why This Guy Owns 9 Fleshlights and Counting. I don't...
Variety is the spice of life.
Sure. That's the only... But a variety up to a point. You don't need 9. The first quote that I have is from Jack, who is 19 in South Carolina.
Okay, well, at 19, you've got a lot of jizzing to do. So
you've got so much jizz and not a lot of places to put it. Jack said, quote, I used to think it was pointless to spend money on something like a Fleshlight when I had a perfectly good hand. Also, I just thought I'd feel like a creep if I owned one. Then a buddy of mine in the Air Force who hadn't seen his girlfriend in over a year told us that he had one, and that it was nothing to be ashamed about. I got my first one over Christmas and ordered another around Valentine's, which will be my 9th sleeve. He went from 0 to 9 in an instant. What?
Well, now I'm wondering, every once in a while, I've had like anxiety or dread something that like my dick isn't as good as other people's dicks. And I can't fathom having 9 different experiences. You know what I mean? Like most of the time when I put my dick in something, it's basically the same.
A hole's a hole.
And like to have like, you know, fake artificial holes 4 and 5, not enough. I got to keep going. I need more things to put my dick in. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
And I want to. Like maybe you just have like a prehensile dick that's like, you know, super sensitive. Maybe you're like the dick version of a super taster and you need you need more options.
I'm a dick connoisseur. I know the different feeling of this when it's ribbed a little bit differently than that one. Yeah.
Right.
I don't get it either. But I in addition to the 9 sleeves, I think another interesting thing is how men are made to feel like creeps if they have sex toys.
Oh, sure.
And I think it's nice that he had a friend who normalized having a sex toy for him, because I think everyone should have a friend like that. And I think men should feel more open about their sexuality and things that they are turned on by. And owning a Fleshlight is a totally cool, chill, above board, great way to express your sexuality if that's what you want.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt anybody, that's for sure. And if it makes you feel great.
Yeah, totally. Gordon, age 40 at the United Kingdom, said, a few years ago, me and my wife moved house 400 miles away, and I had to stay behind for a while to sell the old one. I ordered my first Fleshlight the day after she left. I didn't consider it cheating on her, but it's something she finds morally unpalatable, so I kept it secret from her. She only found out I had one because I left the lube out, but even since, she's never seen it. She just accepts I have one now. She's very morally aligned and distances herself from sexual talk or activities unless we're actually having sex. Even then, she's very passive in bed. Sex is like a Sunday night activity for her. I sometimes feel like she just uses me. Hot. Sometimes we don't have sex for up to 3 weeks, so I need to use the Fleshlight to plug the gap.
Plug the gap, hot. Okay.
Yep.
I'm torn about this, Kyle. So like that Steve guy that invented the Fleshlight has this quote about how straight women don't like that their men in their lives masturbate because they view it as like a commentary on their shortcomings or something.
Yeah.
But he said, the Steve guy said, if you tell your wife, this is a quote, if you tell your wife, oh, by the way, sweetheart, we were together 8 times last month, but I actually had 30 orgasms, she will feel cheated.
Wow.
They feel like you don't love them. They feel like they're losing you. And as much as I just think, God damn, what an asshole, I also agree, maybe.
What part do you agree with?
But I think it's acculturation. Like I think that there are a lot of straight women that would feel like that because they've been told that that's how they're supposed to feel. I think that there are a lot of men who would like hide their masturbatory habits in shame because they've been told that they're cheating on their, like, I weirdly agree with him. I just wish he wasn't such a dick about it.
That's the theme of this dude. It seems like, yeah, I think it's interesting that people view masturbation or using sex toys as cheating when it's almost the opposite. It helps relieve your sexual needs in a way that's not at all cheating. And
if
so
you want to be jealous of the neighbor or the intern at work or the secretary, like that's fine. But you're going to be jealous of this piece of plastic, this rubbery, floppy, like gross sea creature looking innards thing. Like,
I also think that you are not, even in a relationship, you are not owed your partner's orgasms. Like those, like you said, if you hook up 8 times, but you came 30, those 22 other orgasms, like you were not owed those orgasms. I think people's feeling like they are owed all the orgasms that their partner has is like really messed up.
I say this on the show a lot. I think that like 2 people can do exactly the same thing and it means different things depending on who that person is. And I think that there's like, you can have 22 orgasms just because you're having orgasms. You can also intentionally be not having those orgasms with your partner because there's something really wrong. Like,
yeah. If it comes to the way of interfering with your sex life, that like I'm masturbating so much that my partner and I don't have sex anymore, and it's like a challenge for us, then yeah, that's a different story.
But I agree. Like baseline, I totally agree with you that like you don't own your partner's orgasms. They don't owe you their orgasms.
Yeah, and
you don't owe them yours. Like I think that's why can't everybody just be a gay dude?
Oh God, can you imagine? I don't know that I want that. I don't know if I want that, Mike. I am a gay dude and I don't know if I want that. Lastly, Jason, who's 29 from California, said, when I was first dating my current wife, I bought my first Fleshlight, partly for my own pleasure, partly to improve my performance. The model I bought was called the Stamina Training Unit. We haven't done it yet, but she'd be totally up for using it in the bedroom. When she's not in the mood, she just prefers I use it in my office to let her sleep. Here's the thing, though. Most women understand that men masturbate a lot, so why should it be frowned upon if we want to enhance it with a toy? Remember internet dating? You used to be ridiculed if you use the internet to find a date. Now almost everyone uses it. Society shifts and changes all the time. It's generally the norm for women to buy and enjoy sex toys. Dildos and vibrators are out in the open at the good vibes, and nobody complains. Fleshlights and other male toys are just too new. When virtual reality sees advances further, you'll see a big increase in the acceptance of male sex toys. Right now, though, there's definitely a stigma. And there are a couple interesting things in there. And I think one is actually like using a Fleshlight to be better at sex. Like we were just talking about masturbation as if it's like taking something away. Some people view it as taking something away from your partner. But like imagine like using a sex toy to actually enhance your performance with your partner to make sex better.
I know that there's a lot of people, dudes, penis havers that like suffer from premature ejaculation. Like they can't put their dick in something for more than like 10 seconds without coming. And that these practicing with these kinds of devices can absolutely help them to delay their ejaculation to a place that is more pleasurable for their partner. And I think that's fucking fantastic. Like,
yeah.
Absolutely. absolutely go for it. And I don't know if there's other techniques beyond delaying orgasm that, like, I don't know. You don't get a lot of feedback from the Fleshlight, Kyle. That's
It doesn't complain if you come early
or tell you how good you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We should invent an AI Fleshlight that's like, yeah, daddy, give it to me.
Harder, too hard. Yeah.
Oh God.
What do you got?
Well, we have to talk about Joe Rogan, Kyle.
Do we?
Yeah, we really do.
Okay.
So after talking about this Steve guy who invented the Fleshlight and how sort of like kind of toxic he is, but
yeah, he seems like he listens to Joe Rogan.
Well, okay. So before Joe Rogan had a $250 million Spotify deal, before Elon Musk was on his podcast, before he like would have presidential candidates on, he has 14 million listeners now. And he got his start by hawking pocket pussies in 2009. His very first sponsor was Fleshlight.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he has lots of sponsors now. Athletic Greens, Cash App, like lots of mainstream brands have bought ads on Joe Rogan. But from 2010 to 2012, Joe Rogan was sponsored by Fleshlight, and he spent the start of every episode promoting the device. And he said, quote, "I had to learn how to do this thing that I didn't think was a skill. That's one of the reasons my early episodes sucked so bad. And I was grateful for this experience with this advertiser." And it's interesting to me that I think if you're Fleshlight and if you're this Steve dude, that's exactly your demographic, probably.
Oh,
right?
yeah. I was thinking this sounds like, in addition to like some of his beliefs, the Steve dude's beliefs seem like they're very Joe Rogan-esque. It seems like this is the perfect brand partnership.
Yeah. Which I wonder how much opportunity, like there's something about the destigmatization of admitting masturbation and using a device for masturbating that is something that this particular audience could be persuaded to believe and invest in.
So
right?
Are you saying the Joe Rogan podcast, the Fleshlight sponsorship, did a lot to help normalize sex and sex toy use among straight men, and it was a positive thing for society?
Yeah.
Wow, here's the positives about the Joe Rogan podcast. Didn't expect that on this episode.
I know, I didn't either, but like it's true though.
I think it's true. I think you're right. I do think you're right.
A broken clock is right twice a day, Kyle.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like bad knock-on effects of that though, right? Like there was Fleshlight sponsored an MMA event. There was an MMA event called King of Combat 7 Judgment Day, and it was sponsored by Fleshlight.
Sure.
And Joe Rogan was involved in the mix there. But fighter Nick Gonzalez filmed a promo for Fleshlight saying, quote, "It eliminates the hassle of getting to know women."
Oh my God. Oh my God. You can't say that.
Yeah. Well,
you can't say that.
I do think that the manosphere, Charlie Kirk's death has brought about a lot of like talk about the manosphere in a way that I don't think that I think that we were like aware of or sort of, conscious of, but in a way that we just didn't want to turn over that rock or open that can of worms or whatever. And I think that there are some people in the manosphere who could use their powers for good, or even sometimes have used their powers for good. And this might be one of those cases, just like the normalization of sex positivity and that masturbation can be healthy for men and their health and their prostate cancer chances. And that like, here's a way to get off without hurting whoever the woman is in your life. Like, there's something about it that makes sense that I think I wish we had more of out of the manosphere, because especially lately, all they're capable of seems to be like horrific bullshit for our society. And maybe we could somehow harness them for good instead of evil. Right?
Yeah. I think the manosphere is just a fact, and it could, I think you're right that it could be used as a positive force. If there are a lot of things that we need to get from men's society and culture, that like normalization of having feelings, normalization of sex, normalization of, healthy relationships with women. And I just don't think it does that these days. I don't think it achieves those goals. And I think it could.
There's a sex historian named Hallie Lieberman, and she explains the whole thing as the quote, real men don't need help problem. She says that feminists adopted the dildo and vibrator in the 70s and 80s, but that there's never been a male equivalent movement until Joe Rogan. That the messaging was women using toys means that they are empowered and sexually experienced and taking control of their own orgasm. But that men who use toys are either less than in some way, or at the very least perverted or creepy or lonely and can't get laid on their own. And there's a sex educator named Kristen Conger who said, quote, if a guy is interested in using these tools, society looks at him and says, you are less than a real man. And it's that that you're supposed to be self-sufficient using just your hand. And even that is like indicative that like you can't jizz in a hole, so there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, for sure. And it's really interesting that going back to the data, what was it? 63% of men said they had used a sex toy. So like there's this big gap between the acceptability of sex toy use for men and like men's actual usage of sex toys. And that
you got to hide that shame as God intended.
Yeah, totally.
That's all. That's the Joe Rogan experience. I gave it to you.
Interesting. That was one of the most interesting segments that we've had in recent memory.
Oh, great.
Good work, Mike.
Bring us home.
I'm going to do that
for the Patreon segment. I'm going to talk about this ridiculous story from China.
Okay.
And I don't want to say much more than that, but I promise it's good.
Okay. I can't wait. I'm going to do an Ask Reddit. Someone posted to Ask Gay Bros. A cat noir hubby posted to Ask Gay Bros and said, should I get a fleshlight?
Yes. Just yes.
The answer is yes. Moving right along. The full comment, I've been using my hand for the entire 19 years of my life. I watched a Twitter video of a guy having orgasm from a fleshlight and thought about getting one. To those who uses a fleshlight, is it worth it? How different does it feel from using your hands? And here are can you guess what some of the responses are?
It's amazing. I never want to do anything ever again other than this, all the way to like, I don't know. My dick hurts now. I
the first one is, it's actually pretty good, though I will say after a while, I got bored and tired and went back to using my hands. Whenever I felt like reaching for it, I remembered that I'd have to clean it afterwards, so I just jerk off. LOL.
Okay, this cleaning thing is a thing.
Yeah, that was like half I didn't include all of the comments because it was like half of them were like, you have to clean up after it, and that's annoying.
Is it though?
It doesn't seem that bad. Don't you just flip it inside out and wash it out?
The jizz goes somewhere. Like, you're just mad that it's not like your sheets that crust over and like you can ignore until you do laundry 6 months from now.
Yeah.
It's not that deep, everybody.
I was talking to someone on a date actually in preparation for this episode, because I was talking about how we were doing this and thinking about what I was going to talk about. And I mentioned that like, you jizz inside it and then you have to clean it up. And he was like, do people always jizz inside it? And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, do people like, maybe people pull out and jizz outside of it? And I hadn't even considered that as an option. I just assumed everyone was jizzing inside these things. I didn't find any testaments to whether people are jizzing inside or outside of these things. But maybe if you want to avoid cleanup, that just seems like it defeats the purpose of fucking this thing if you're going to jizz outside of it.
I mean, it was invented for semen collection, Kyle.
That's true. So was I.
So were you.
Someone else said, I use mine a lot. My boyfriend uses his a lot too. They are fun. Smiley face. Just get one that is easy to clean out. Again, that cleaning thing. Someone else said, I have one and you'd like to use it on occasion. Definitely a fun alternative to the hand. LOL. Personally recommend getting one of the clear ones. Pretty hot to watch what's going on inside. Haha.
I saw this meme recently that was just like, stop saying LOL, just say what you need to say.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm always slow to pick up new like internet vernacular and modes of speaking and stuff. And so I have gotten on the adding LOL train and I'm trying to avoid it. Mm-hmm. Once you type your sentence and you put LOL at the end, just delete the LOL and then hit send.
No.
Just go through, delete your LOLs and then just say what you're going to say.
Okay. Yes. I do think sometimes it softens it, right? Like, it's like, you know,
your hair looks horrible. LOL.
Right. There's a like, without the LOL, you're just being a dick, right? Like,
I think if you think your LOL makes what you're saying not being a dick, then you're still being a dick. Just with, and now you're laughing at me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, okay.
Someone else said, I had not thought about getting a clear one because like that is a value proposition that a Fleshlight can offer that a woman can't. I cannot see my dick going in and out of her like fully. Like you
ladies,
could
you heard it here first. You're not transparent.
That's one of the things, one of the factors against you. That's a ding against you. Someone said buy off brand.
Also twinks. Like, I guess you can't see it going in, like when you're breaking their back, you can't see it.
That's true. I mean, some twinks are translucent enough that you can. Someone said buy off brand. Got like a $20 one on Amazon.
Oh.
Other people disagreed and said it was worth spending the money for like an actual Fleshlight. But yeah, I just realized we did not describe Fleshlights at all.
It's a thing. It's flashlight shaped. You put your dick in it and it makes you come.
It's too late. It's too late. We should have.
It's never too late, Kyle.
It's never too late. Sometimes it is. We should have described what they are up top.
Well, every time I start with like, what is a Fleshlight? And you roll your eyes and then like,
no, but that's when we do like concepts. Like what is, we're talking about, I don't know, running. And you're like, what is running? And it's like, Jesus Christ, people know what that is. But a Fleshlight, I don't know, maybe people don't know what that is. Someone recently commented like, as Mike said, if you're living under a rock and don't know what Locktober is, and he was eagerly awaiting to know what Locktober was because apparently he had been living under a rock. So sometimes your definitions are helpful. Someone else said they are super fun. I used to put it between my mattress and bed frame and fuck it. Feels amazing.
Yeah. It's more substantial that way too. Like the bed will push back.
Yeah. Isn't that what we all want? Someone to push back on our dick. Mm-hmm. Someone else said, I never wanted one, but when my man asked me to top, I discovered masturbating alone for a decade gave me death grip. So basically I can't come or stay hard while using anything other than my hands. A basic Fleshlight helped me regain sensitivity and helped me greatly in bed. Yeah.
So, the death grip, my very straight GP used that phrase, death grip. It's
really?
Yeah. Yeah, because I was talking about I was having problems with erectile dysfunction because of a new medication that I was on, and he was like, "Is it the medication or is it death grip?" It's like, okay, take your pants off.
Is he hot?
Well, no, but only sometimes.
Okay, depends on the lighting. Lastly, someone said, "Sigh, fine. Text me your address and I'll be right over." That's Ask Reddit.
Oh, the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, Kyle.
Yeah.
We're going to end with a game. I know you love these.
Yeah, I do. What is it?
I'm going to name something and you're going to tell me if it is a model of Fleshlight or an episode of Star Trek.
Okay.
Let's start with The Terminator.
The Terminator. That doesn't seem like a good Fleshlight name. I hope it's an episode of Star Trek.
That is that's a Fleshlight.
What? Why would you call it the Terminator? I guess you're terminating your orgasm is coming to an end. I don't. What?
I think it looks robotic or something.
Oh,
there's a lot of different kinds of Fleshlight now. Okay, number 2, the Elvis.
I don't want that to be a Fleshlight because that's uncomfortable. We haven't even talked about how they make Fleshlights in the shape of porn stars like vaginas or butts. And you can like buy Jenna Jameson's vagina or whoever. And I think that's an interesting concept.
I wasn't going to make a whole segment out of it, but there's an adult performer named Stoya who has the best-selling Fleshlight model of all time. And it is 34% of all porn star Fleshlight sales, with 75,000 units of just her vagina, her molded vagina, molded like made a mold of, not molded like bread.
Great.
And then somebody asked her about that in an interview with Vice, and she said, quote, "It's quite possible someone's having sex with me right now and I don't even know it."
Did you see the thing where someone made an anatomically correct life-size thing of Henry Cavill?
Yes, I did.
That must be uncomfortable to be Henry Cavill and be like, "Welp, that's the thing that exists and I know about now."
See, this is how we're different people, because I would just be flattered. If you want to
that would be weird.
If you want to make a Mike Johnson doll and just rail the shit out of him, go for it.
Okay,
the Elvis, Kyle. What is it?
Sorry. I hope it's not a Fleshlight. I hope it's an episode of Star Trek.
That is also a Fleshlight.
No, don't do that to Elvis. What did Elvis ever do to you?
Oh, God. He died on a toilet. Let's see. The Changeling.
Okay, that is Star Trek.
Oh, that is Star Trek. How do you know that?
I don't know. I've heard that through us watching it or something.
Oh, okay. All right. How about The Immortal?
I think that's a good name for a Fleshlight. It sounds like, but it's wrong.
It's an episode of Star Trek.
Okay, fine.
How about The Beast?
I think that's a Fleshlight.
I'm going to give it to you. It's both. That was
You have one every time that's both, and I need to remember that when we do these games.
How about the Minotaur?
Boy, I think maybe Fleshlight.
That is a Fleshlight. Correct.
Did I get one correct finally?
You've gotten 3 out of 6. You're doing great.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, because I gave you the both.
Yeah.
How about the Measure of a Man?
Oh, that's Star Trek.
Do you know which episode that is, though?
Yeah, the one where they measure
Data's penis.
Yep, exactly. And it's 10.5 inches.
He can, because he's an android, Kyle. This is how about the Real Feel?
I think that's a Fleshlight.
Correct.
Okay, that sounds like a Fleshlight.
How about the Apple?
Star Trek.
That's Star Trek.
Nice.
How about the Mona Lisa?
Oh, no. I really hope that's Star Trek.
That is a Fleshlight.
No. Mona Lisa. She didn't deserve that. She wasn't invented to be your little fuck toy.
I mean, you want to open that mouth even further. You know what I mean?
Maybe she is smiling after all.
You got 6 out of 10, Kyle. You win.
Great. I won the prize.
Okay. Do you remember on the Oral episode? It was our first live show ever in Seattle. And I showed everyone my auto blow.
Oh, yeah. And we I think on the audio version, the best you could hear was the noise.
So great.
Yeah.
I was so nervous. Were you so nervous? I was so nervous.
Oh, I was, absolutely. I think it shows. We haven't talked. What are your personal feelings on Fleshlights?
I mean, go for it.
That's not a ringing endorsement.
No. Okay. I'll be drunk and vulnerable. So what I said earlier about my dick being broken, I really think that like the sensation of putting my dick into things is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll get off. It's great. I like to top, whatever. But like, it's not just the physical sensation of putting my dick in something. So like I don't know. My hand is great. My hand is fine. It's like, that's all I need really. And like a Fleshlight when it's around, I've had one off and on throughout time. And like, it's interesting and fun, but like not worth the hassle, or the hassle doesn't make it more worth it than just jerking off. Like
yeah.
But like there are other dudes who are like married to theirs, and that's great. Good for you. And like no shame, like go for it. I just have never quite like gotten there to like have it be an obsession or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. How about you?
I'm in a similar boat. I actually had a woman who was writing an article about various men's sex toys, and given she didn't have a penis, she gave them to me to try and got my feedback to write the article. And so one of them was, I think it was an off-brand Fleshlight, but it vibrated. And so that was interesting. You could like put on different vibration settings. But so I still own that. Like I got to keep I didn't have to return the toys after I used them, which was good for everyone involved.
Yeah, exactly.
But so I still have that under my sink, and I rarely
in your bathroom?
In my bathroom.
Okay.
Yep. Not in my kitchen.
I don't
like
look down there. So.
Garbage bags, Dawn, dish soap, and Fleshlight. Yeah, don't open my sink cabinet because there's some personal things there.
This is good to know.
Yeah. Nothing. I don't care. You can look in there. I rarely will I bust that out and decide to use it. And when I do, I don't feel like it's that much better than just using my hand. So it's also never caught on for me either. I think in spite of me making fun of people who say cleaning is a hassle, I think the convenience of just jerking off my hand always wins out over going into the bathroom, getting it out. You know, for the vibration to work, you have to like do a little bit more setup kind of things. And so it just, yeah.
You have to charge your phone.
Yeah. So I think the convenience factor of a hand is what wins out. So yeah, I'm not a big, I've used a Fleshlight, so don't write us. I have used one. I do have experience with this topic that we're talking about, and it's a different sensation. So that is kind of nice. I feel like I'm a little bit more like I'm fucking something, like, hey, I'm a top right now. I'm in charge, like it does give you that sensation, which using my hand doesn't make me feel like I'm cool and in charge or anything. So there's some benefits, but not big, not overwhelming enough to make me use them.
Should we hand them out to people who vote?
No, because I think that would encourage more men to vote. And I think that is a net negative for society.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. I retract that.
Yeah.
That was a dumb idea, Mike.
That was a bad idea, and you should feel bad about it.
Did we do it?
I think it's interesting because I think it sounds like their origins are straighter than I imagined. Using sex toys is more common among men than I expected. And I feel like this is a straight thing. I feel like, or using sex toys in general is more normalized among gay men, but also like we put things up our butt as well. So I think Fleshlights are kind of like designed to help straight men feel okay about having a sex toy. So I feel like Fleshlights are straight.
And if you think of the not necessarily accurate idea that like sex toys are there as a replacement for having sex, gay men have more sex. We know that is true. That's in the book. I think that makes it more straight, right? Like gay guys are just they're banging more than our straight brothers are.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think we did it.
Okay. Well, should we this is a long episode. My goodness.
We talked a lot about fleshlights.
Should we take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break. Let's fuck that fleshlight.
Great. Break. Don't break it.
This is the part where Mike and Kyle take a break.
So are we back?
We're back.
We're back.
We're going to do our gayest and straightest.
We're going to do our gayest and straightest, but first, local gay bar review. Kyle.
What?
This is I think this is local gay bar review number 75 or some shit.
Wow.
I did not realize I had done that many, and it makes me very happy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep doing them.
Keep doing them. Keep going. Let's go to 100.
Boyfriend and I were in Bogota, Colombia, and we went to Brokeback Mountain, which, yes, that's the name of a bar in Bogota. And that is where we learned Bolerana, which is a Colombian insane person's game. You stand way on the other side of a room of a machine and you throw pinballs at it. Like people must get injured. Like drunk people throwing these things, hitting people. Like it's like David and Goliath slingshot balls. They're big, heavy metal balls, and you're throwing them at a machine. And then if you get them in the holes give you money, or not money, but points. And it was really, really great. The adorable bartender taught us how to play.
Oh, that's sweet of him.
It was very, very dead, though. It was not. It was a weekday, so obviously, not a lot of people out. And it was one of those places. It's very common for it to be like a big gay bar with lots of different spaces, but they close them all down on the nights that are slower. And so we sort of helped ourselves to wandering around when I don't think we were supposed to, but they were too polite to kick us out. But it's obviously much, much bigger when not a weekday. It was very cute. Would love to go back to Brokeback Mountain. 3 dildos.
Okay. You just described so many good positive things and how lovely and cute and how you want to go back. I rate your rating 1 butt plug out of 5.
Great. Excellent. I love this.
I don't like your rating. I thought it should have gotten at least a 3.5.
Fine. 3.5 dildos. You've bullied me into higher ratings before. That's what the spreadsheet that those dick thirsty listeners said.
Really? It says how many times I've bullied you into increasing the rating?
Yeah.
Wow. You need to send me. I've seen the chart with the graph that I need to see all of the data that you've been sent. Anyway,
3.5 dildos. That's the official number for the you nerds that are nerding on this.
Yeah. Record that. Write that down in your books.
Our website is gayishpodcast.com.
We are on social media at Gayish Podcast, or you can find our Discord or our Facebook group or other places to contact us at facebook.com/contact.
Our hotline, you can send us text messages or leave us voicemails. It's 5855-GAYISH. That's 585-542-9474. Standard rates apply.
Our email is gayishpodcast@gmail.com.
And our physical mailing address is Post Office Box 19882, Seattle, Washington, 98109. Is it Gayest Straightest time?
Yeah, it's time for Gayest Straightest. I'll go.
Fuck yes, do it.
Okay. My gayest is getting recognized on Hinge.
For the podcast or
for the podcast?
Whole?
Oh, that's the dream, right? No, for the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, someone was like, I liked someone and they were like, oh, I should be flattered or whatever that Kyle from Gayish likes me. So now I have that additional thing to worry about. Like, are you only talking to me because you know me from Gayish and not because you're actually interested in me?
Oh, is that what it's like having a 10-inch dick?
Mike, we're talking about me, not 10-inch dicks. Focus up.
One track mind, Kyle.
I know, right? My straightest is not doing my hair when I went into the office. My power recently went out and I didn't have the internet. So instead of doing my hair and putting hair stuff in it, I just kind of did the hand through my hair and combed it out myself for 2 seconds and then went into the office.
I think you've earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're turning 40 next year. You can give no fucks.
Yeah, that's true. Man, I'm almost 40. That's wild. I didn't know that enabled me to.
You'll be fine.
Okay. I appreciate. Well, I'm getting my sex in on the apps now before I die, according to no one over 40. So, although if they say no one over 40, I still have one more year because I'm technically 40.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. By a technicality, I'll still be okay to have sex.
Also, I know not totally your thing,
okay,
but I promise you, after you turn 40, there's going to be a tidal wave of 22-year-olds that want daddy. And you should be ready for that.
Okay, if it means I get 22-year-olds, then I guess I can play into a daddy thing.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You've convinced me.
Great. They want you to be their fleshlight guy.
and I them. What about you, Mike?
What about me? The straightest thing about me this week, 2 stories from Palm Springs here with all of my fraternity brothers who are gay and fabulous. They bought me a 30-pack of PBR because they know me. And then I drank it.
Good for you.
It took 3 days, but I got through it.
Okay, I'm so impressed. I didn't have any doubts that you would.
I believe in me too. And the gayest thing about me this week, at said gay Palm Springs fraternity brother retreat thing, we played Cards Against the Golden Girls. It was great. It was really, really great. Like there were a couple of the younger fags who had never seen the show before, and they were worthless. But like those of us who had seen it and like knew why what we were saying was funny, it was great.
Does having seen Golden Girls date me now?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Kyle.
Okay. Kyle. I just thought everyone had seen it.
I mean, I think like it's on the required reading list that like all of the overachievers do over summer break before they get into their, literature 201 class or whatever the fuck. Like, I don't think we can count on that just being like common knowledge anymore, at least not amongst the youngsters.
Oh no, that's a shame.
Yeah. You can educate them now, Daddy.
That is not going to be one of the values I provide, is educating younger gays on gay facts and knowledge. Although that's what I'm doing on this podcast. I don't know. Never mind. I retract what I just said. I shouldn't say that. We have a listener.
You do it here so you don't have to in real life.
Exactly. Just go listen to me. I have an entire catalog of things you can learn from me.
We have a listeners, gayest and straightest. Which one are we doing?
This is Troy from Portland.
Oh.
Hey guys, just calling to give my gayest and straightest. This is Troy in Portland, Oregon. Hope you do a live show again sometime down here in the future. This happened a really long time ago, but you're asking for gayest and straightest, so I thought I'd, keep it in my back pocket and use it someday. Completely unintentionally, unplanned, I listened to your episode Pubes while shaving my pubes. And then the straightest was probably ordering Chick-fil-A this last week. So, love you guys. Love the podcast. Bye.
Troy, thank you for calling in from the war-torn hellscape that is Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
I would do a show in Portland again.
I loved Portland. Portland has great audiences. I really enjoy doing our show there. And I love when people do the thing that we're talking about. And I think that's funny that it was unintentional. That's great.
Like all those people who learned about our show while they were actively being fisted. While they were actively felching someone.
Do you think someone was using their fleshlight while they were listening to the episode about fleshlights?
So. Let us know, dear listener.
Let us know. Write in. Tell us the juicy details.
Send a picture.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to everyone whose butthole or vagina has become a fleshlight.
Do you think that's our next venture? The Mike and Kyle fleshlights. You can then it'll be a competition to see who it gets bought more.
Yeah. Well, and is it just the excitement of like, if a lot of buttholes look the same, Kyle, is it just the knowledge that one of us I don't know.
I think
Anyway.
it's all mental. I think you're right. This is not like, oh, cool, I'm totally fucking this porn star. Like, no, it's not. It's just a mental thing for sure.
Yeah.
And I want to thank our super gap bridgers. Thank you to Locomotive, Simon Srirachi, Kaylee Adams, Kit Oliver, Kobe Gordon, Squoggle, Andrew Bugby, William Bryant, John Crowley, Stephen Porch, Yost Ilsel, Jonathan Montanius, Forrest Nail, Steve Douglas, Explosive Lasagna, Michael Covington, Thomas B, Dusty Sands, A. Coleman, Chris Kachatorians, and Jerome York. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your money. That's it. This has been Gayish from the Chris Kachatorian Studios. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz. Until next week, be butch, be fabulous, be you. See ya. See ya.
What have we done?